In traditional farming methods, the plant expends a lot of energy sending out a taproot and trying to find nutrients.
Whether you're looking for a new business venture or just interested in researching them, small farms are a great idea. They can generate loads of revenue with small costs and can be really enjoyable if that's a hobby you're into or a business venture that you're interested in. In today's video, we'll be talking about the most profitable small farm ideas. If you like videos like this, please make sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel and turn on post notifications so you can be the first to know about my next video. Alright, let's get into it. Number 1. Tree nursery. This can be a great investment when done right. Most farmers start with only 10 to 20 seedlings in a small acre, meaning you don't need a lot of money to start up initially. With the right marketing strategy, you can sell some trees before they even mature, meaning you have a sure sale once they're ready. You can buy small trees for around $420 each, or grow them from scratch, which is cheaper but needs a little more work. You can use seeds to grow the trees, or specifically for fruit trees, you can use grafting or budding techniques to make sure you produce the same type of each fruit. This needs some research to be done, but once done, it'll make you a lot of profit. Number 2. Fish farming. Fish farming has been around for decades and is still a popular market to get into today. You don't necessarily need to have a body of water, but just some land. You can then invest in pods or tanks for your fish, and you can decide the type of fish you want to raise. Tilapia, cod, and catfish are generally good fish to choose because they're fairly easy to raise and are always in high demand by consumers, meaning you have a greater chance of making profit easily. Eel, tuna, and salmon are also popular choices and are always in high demand. Make sure you do your research on each fish and how to raise them as well, as this could affect your costs, and depending on the climate you live in, it may not be very suitable for the type of fish you were thinking. Number 3. Dairy farming. This is another great way to make money, as dairy is always in high demand. According to the US Department of Agriculture, factory farms provide more than 80% of milk in the market. However, there has been a decline in the number of licensed dairy farms, leaving more room for new entrepreneurs and small establishments. A lot of people are more interested in buying from smaller, more local businesses, so this is a great time to start a small dairy business. The only issue is that they require a lot of investment, as you have to start off with at least a few cows, and there are many rules which you must follow in order to be allowed to operate, so thorough research is essential in this type of venture. Looking at the area you want to start your farm in is also essential. If you want to start in a more rural area, you should be prepared for natural disasters, which are more common and damaging in rural areas. However, this can still be a really profitable business to start if you're passionate and you have done all the research, and once set up, it runs easily. Number 4. Herb gardening. Starting an herb garden is really easy and doesn't need a lot of investment. The most important thing to remember is to have a variety of fresh herbs to make them as sellable as possible. Fresh herbs are super in demand, and customers are willing to pay a lot of money for good organic produce. So this is a great way to make profit. You can sell the herbs you grow or the seed, and you can either sell the whole plant or cut them. So there are a lot of options to choose from. This is a really easy business because you don't even have to buy land. You can plant herbs in your garden and sell them from your backyard, and then get a bigger space if you need to later on in the process. Plus, growing herbs is not a difficult process, so there's a lot less risk in this business venture. Number 5. Bee farming. This one venture that usually starts as a hobby can be very profitable. Beekeepers can start a bee farm from as little as $500 to $1,000 and can sell beeswax, royal jelly, honey, and bee pollen. Bee pollen and royal jelly are considered as superfoods and can be sold at a high price, especially when sold locally and cultivated in a more ethical manner. Bee products are in high demand, and this is a great way to make money, but it does take a lot of research and upkeep, so only people with a real passion for beekeeping should do this. All you need to do is have a small area in your garden to start up, and check to see if beekeeping is allowed in your area. You can start by buying a full hive, half hive, or bee package, depending on how much work you want to put into it and how much you want to spend. Buying full hives is generally more expensive, but they are essentially already set up. Number 6. Microgreens farming. Microgreens are small vegetables that are around 10 to 14 days old and are about 1 to 3 inches tall. Restaurants usually use them to garnish food, and many people have started buying microgreens from the supermarket to garnish their food as well. They're fairly easy to grow and, like growing herbs, are pretty low cost and take minimal effort. The best tip is to start small and grow your business when demand grows to ensure you're not losing any money. Make sure to grow many different varieties and research the varieties that have the most demand, as these will most likely make the most profit. Microgreens can be sold for as much as $50 per pound, depending on the type. So this is a smart business to get into. Number 7. Cannabis farming. If you live in a place where cannabis is legal, you should definitely take advantage of this and start growing a small cannabis farm. You don't need a lot of space, although you can produce more in a temperature-controlled space. It's best to start growing outdoors, so a small garden is perfectly suitable. It costs around $10 to $17 to cultivate cannabis outdoors per square foot. And after a while, you can invest in a greenhouse if your business grows to grow even more. Cannabis is in high demand and can be sold for a pretty high price if you cultivate it right. So this is another good business venture to get into, and also it doesn't take a lot of effort to grow the plant. Number 8. Rooftop tea garden. This is a great way to maximize space and sell something fresh, especially in urban areas. The rooftop garden would provide a really nice view and also enable you to set up a garden to grow fresh herbs and plants to sell directly to the customers. Especially in big cities, this is a popular trend and people want to buy the freshest herbs possible, so a rooftop garden is a great answer to this and a great way to make profit. You can also sell tea and coffee and provide a seating area for customers, enabling you to make even more profit from your venture. An important thing to research is building rules and pollution, and make sure to see how much your building is exposed to the elements and whether you should actually start growing anything on the rooftop. If all those things work out, it's a great place to start your small garden. Number 9. Mushroom farming. Mushrooms are also in high demand and will be sure to make you profit if this is done right. Mushrooms are also relatively easy to grow as they tend to grow in the wild under a number of harsh conditions. The most important thing is to grow the right type of mushroom and to make sure you're growing enough to supply to businesses or to sell. Gourmet mushrooms such as oyster or shiitake are highly sought after and can be grown in a controlled environment, so having a greenhouse or indoor area would be ideal. Mushrooms take around 6 weeks to grow and can be sold at around $412 per pound. So this is a really profitable business to start as long as you've done your research on growing mushrooms and what type of mushrooms to grow. Number 10. Poultry farming. Having a small, ethically run poultry farm will get you a lot of customers and people interested in your business because there has been a move away from commercial poultry farming due to the harsh conditions chickens are kept under. Many people are moving towards buying more local, organic products, so this is a great time to start a poultry farm. One downside to starting up a poultry farm is that there are a lot of regulations to make sure that the consumers are getting a good quality product, but with the right amount of research, this can be handled. This can be a tedious business to set up and can be costly to start up, but once started up and running smoothly, the process becomes a lot easier and profitable. So this is another great business venture to look into if you're interested in the poultry industry.
A small business owner, or for that matter, a large business owner, has never stopped thinking about how to delight your customer. Not to satisfy your customer, but to delight your customer.
And that concludes today's video of the most profitable small farm ideas. Let us know if you have any more ideas in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please make sure to like, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications so you can be the first to know about my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.